Good morning, and welcome to 52 Weeks of Angel Connection. My name is Christy Clemens Hoffman, and it is Monday, January 27th, 2020. We're here at my office in Centered Spirit in Kansas City, Missouri, that is. And I've decided to do this series this year, 2020, to talk to, educate the public and just generally commune with angelic beings and angelic presences. So today I have scheduled some time to talk about and talk to Archangel Ariel. And yes, this is Ariel, kind of like the Little Mermaid, but not. Archangel Ariel's name means lion or lioness of God. We often see Archangel Ariel depicted with a lion. That is her icon, you could say. And she's generally associated with a lion, but she's really all of nature and wild animals and natural places, all of these things. When Ariel's near, you might begin seeing references to or visions of lions around you, or just generally any wild animal, wild beings, even squirrels and moles and gophers and birds, all types of wild animals. Sometimes they portray Archangel Ariel with a lion's head, but most often she's just depicted with a lion. She also represents to me peace. She comes to me for personal peace, and she's a very peaceful person. Of course, associated with nature, you would hope that there would be peace in nature and bringing that to nature. She comes from Judaic mysticism and Kabbalistic magic. And of course, I'm referring to Doreen Virtue's Archangels and Ascended Masters. She literally wrote the book on these beings. So she helps us with sprites, nature deities, nature beings, in addition to animals. So she helps us with sprites, fairies, divas, doxies, all types of nature spirits, sylphs. Um, she helps us maintaining natural environments such as streams, lakes, marshes, forests, that type of thing. She's definitely about environmental causes. In fact, I was doing an Archangel and Ascended Master gallery in Warrensburg, Missouri, and I saw um, somebody light up at the back of the room. And I said, "Well, Archangel Ariel's with you and wants to applaud the work that you're doing out in nature." And she said, "Oh, well, I'm studying environmental science." Of course she was. Archangel Ariel's all over that. We need to have a healthy and stable environment for these natural creatures, these not only the animals, the physical animals, but sprites, fairies, and nature spirits. We need to have clean water, clean air, clean plants for them to live in and to eat. So, um, Ariel helps us with animals, fish, and birds, especially wild ones. If you find an injured bird or other non domesticated animal who needs healing, call upon Ariel. She can help. I don't know how many times I found injured birds and injured animals, and we try to help them, but more often than not, we just need to leave them alone because taking them in, touching them, handling them, being around them causes more stress and more excitement, and that's not good for their little bodies, their little systems. So we can ask Archangel Ariel for help. She's deeply concerned with the world's environmental systems, always in delicate balance. Ariel also helps us with divine magic, environmentalism, especially water bodies, manifestation, and wild animals, fish, and birds. She comes to me personally and to my daughter as peace. So whenever we're trying to settle down for the night, especially when my daughter was little and having a hard time just kind of settling her body down, I'd call in Archangel Ariel. She seemed to have a natural affinity for my kiddo. And she's just very, very peaceful. I associate her with the color pink. Um, and that's just how she appears to me. So let me see if she would like to tell us anything. She showed up at my She showed up in my bathroom this morning. I knew I was going to be talking to her. And so she showed up in my bathroom this morning and she said, just make sure and talk about the waterways and nature and keeping that pure. Let's see if there's anything else that she'd like to add. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Okay, Archangel Ariel would like everyone to know that we can, everybody do our part. Even if you're living in an apartment, we can all do our part to take care of the wild animals around us. Yes, even in a large apartment complex where there's a lot of buildings, a lot of people coming and going, we can do this. But simply by having a bird feeder out, even if it's on a balcony, have a bird feeder out. Taking walks out in nature. Oh my goodness, I just posted the Sp- Radiate Wellness community group on Facebook is very active, and I just posted something about walks in nature are medicine. And so Ariel's message about getting out in nature and taking care of the wild animals and the environment, I think is a very good one. We can do that anywhere. Let's see if there's anything else she wants to let us know. We all can be stewards of the environment. We can all be stewards of nature and of the animals. They don't need us to take care of them. They need our support. Very different. We don't have to go out and like personally feed all of the animals. They do a very good job of finding food on their own because God provides that. But they do need our support. So, in terms of maybe you take a garbage bag with you in the car wherever you go. And when you find trash in the environment, you pick it up. Children can do this. Children naturally gravitate toward this. Um, we can keep birdseed and dry bread in the car with us, just carry it with us. And so whenever we've got an extra 5 minutes or we're going someplace, we can toss out a little bit of birdseed and bread to the animals. And again, they don't depend on us to feed them. They do a good job of foraging on their own, but it's something that we can do to show how peaceful we are to them, to help them. If you live on a place that has land, then things like taking your Christmas tree out into the land and providing it, or even putting it into a body of water, make sure and take everything off of it, especially tinsel, leave it completely naked. That this provides a habitat, certainly better than tossing it into a landfill. Even if we live in an apartment, you can still create compost for houseplants. And this is a very good thing that we can do to protect the environment as well. And certainly, wherever you are, picking up trash can be very helpful. Um, don't she's saying provide places for animals to gather, congregate, feed, and overwinter in the yard. So if you've got leaves that you rake, don't rake them. Leave them in the yard to compost over the winter, feed the grass. Maybe rake them in the spring so they don't kill the grass that's emerging, but leave it to overwinter, and provide spaces for insects to overwinter as well. Insects feed the birds. They feed some of the other smaller animals and pollinators. So, just in general, providing spaces, safe spaces for birds and insects and animals, small animals to overwinter is very important too. So, the environment concerns us all. The environment's kind of where we live. So, if there's anything else Ariel wants to add? The earth is a macrocosm for us. It mimics the natural rhythms that we have in our bodies. Humans are all part of nature. Don't forget that you are animals too. And what is going on in your body is reflected out into the world. So take care of the world and it will reflect well on your body. So I believe that's all that Archangel Ariel wanted to add this week. I would just invite you to please, um, take a walk in nature, pick up trash that you see. If you've got some old stale bread in your house, toss it out for the birds. And have a great day. Have a great week. I will see you here next week for another live. I'm not sure who I have lined up for next week, but it'll be one of the archangels, one of the ascended masters. So see you then Monday. Bye.